Hey guys, this is October the 26th, 2022, and I'm in my woods enjoying the cool weather. Um, I wanted to make a video because I had something that I want to talk to y'all about. I know I've talked about this before, but um, or I've mentioned it in other videos, but I think I need to just do a video just about this one subject, okay, because it's coming up right now. I got a phone call from somebody who said that he got my number from a friend, and she told him to call me because she felt like that I might could help him with the crawling sensations in his head. And he said, I know it's Morgellons. I know that, but I watched some of your videos and I know it's Morgellons, but I just want to stop this crawling. How can I stop this crawling in my head? Okay. So I told him, yeah, I can help you with that. I said, but there's something you need to understand. Most of the time, now not all the time, but most of the time, the Morgellons starts in the head. The crawling sensation starts in the head, mainly because the head or the brain is the control center, okay? This is where the nanotechnology is implanted. In my opinion, this is where it's implanted initially. This is where they first implant it. And when I talk about the nanotechnology, I'm talking about Morgellons. That's what we call Morgellons. It's the same thing as the smart dust, the same thing as the fungus, the white fungus, nanobots. It's all the same thing, okay? This is the stuff that they're putting in all of our food, our water, our drugs, and our makeup and everything that we use. And I believe they're putting it in all the products that are on the shelves. It's also what they've been spraying on us through the chemtrails. So everybody has this, okay? And of course, the head, you know, is going to be, I don't want to say that the head is going to be the place where the most of the nano is absorbed, but it seems to be where the initial reactions start is in the head. So that's why I call the head or the brain the central location for Morgellons, okay? But you need to keep in mind that even though it may start, the symptoms may start out in the head region, but eventually, especially after you start treating it, eventually you're going to see these crawling sensations and these itching sensations, or all these symptoms. You're going to see them move to other parts of the body because the whole body is involved with Morgellons. This is systemic. It is external and it is internal. It's everywhere. So just because you're having crawling sensations in your head does not mean that the Morgellons is isolated to that area, okay? That is just, in my opinion, where it starts, okay? Because how do you take control of the body? You do it by going and taking control of the brain, okay? So if they can control the head first, or the control centers within the brain, then they can control the rest of the body. So yes, the point I'm making is some people tend to think that just because their head is itching or their head is crawling, that it's just in their head, but once they start treating their head, they're going to realize that these sensations or these symptoms are going to start moving across the rest of their body. So I'm just going to, right quick, just tell everybody what to do about the crawling sensations in the head, and then, of course, the whole body, and just kind of stress on this because a lot of people are freaking out, okay? And yeah, you do freak out when you start having this crawling stuff in your head and you realize you don't have head lice. You realize that it's something more significant, and then you go into that shock stage where you don't know what to do. So if you're having the crawling sensations in your head, what that is that's the nanotechnology that's embedded underneath your skin, underneath your scalp, that is reacting to the frequencies around you. Okay, once you get enough of this technology embedded underneath the scalp, and they raise the frequencies around you, or you go to a place where the frequencies are stronger, or the frequencies are higher, or you put yourself in a place where there's a lot of electronics, or there's a lot of EMF or electromagnetic frequencies that are pulsing around you. And this is going to make the nanotechnology / Morgellons, smart dust, or whatever you want to call it, this is going to make the nanotechnology within your scalp react to the frequencies. Okay. So you can remove the nanotechnology from the scalp by doing the Epsom salt baths, the soaking in the Epsom salt baths. You can also remove it from the rest of your body with the Epsom salt baths. You can also use baking soda. You can use borax. Some people use the alfalfa tablets with the sun detergent. There's lots of things you can use that will draw the Morgellons out of the skin, out of the body. Okay. But right now we're focusing on the head. So to remove it from the head, you'll need to soak your head in Epsom salt or one of these things that I just mentioned, or it doesn't even have to be if you got something that's strong that you know is safe, that you can put in your bath water to soak your head in, then you use whatever you feel like is best for you. Okay, but the point is you want to pull or draw the Morgellons out of the head. Okay, and then another thing you can do, if you don't have time to do the baths, the tub soakings, you can use a strong essential oil on your head. Now, when I say strong, I'm talking about something that will get down and penetrate the scalp and cause this nanotechnology to deactivate and then come out of your skin. Okay, but you have to be careful, because some of the, especially nowadays, some of the essential oils that they make today are very, very strong and powerful, and they can burn the scalp. So make sure before you put any of the essential oils on your head that you test it first, especially if you're going to use any of the citrus oils like lemon or orange. These are very, very strong oils, and if you put these on your scalp, they will burn. Now, you might be one of these people who can stand it. I know I put the orange oil on my scalp a couple of years ago, and it did work. It does work to deactivate the nanotechnology, but it burns really bad. And so before you use any of the citrus oils, I would recommend that you dilute them with some kind of oil, like either coconut oil or olive oil or almond oil or grapeseed oil. Don't use it straight unless you're a person who thinks you can stand it. Okay. Another strong one is clove oil. Clove oil will also burn the scalp. Peppermint will burn. There's a lot of them that will burn, so they all have to be tested first. So clove and peppermint is something else that you might want to dilute with an oil before putting it on your scalp. Now, there are some who don't burn that bad, like frankincense is good. Rose oil's good. Thyme, well, thyme will burn. If you use that red thyme, it will burn. And it's a eucalyptus, tea tree oil. Tea tree oil will, it doesn't actually burn, it'll just tingle and it'll have that, like that menthol feeling, you know, that, it'll be like a tingling sensation, but it don't actually burn. So, what I'm saying is be careful with the essential oils. Make sure before you put them on your scalp that you test it first and it doesn't burn your head. But the essential oils, if you can saturate your head or your scalp with essential oils, not only will this deactivate the nanotechnology, but it will help pull it out of your scalp, pull it out of your skin, and it will help reduce the inflammation, because a lot of times the head or the skull, the brain will get inflamed. Now this happens a lot if you're being targeted with electronic weapons, but I'm not talking about that right now. But if you feel like your head might be inflamed, um, or maybe it's sore, or it's kind of sensitive, these essential oils will help reduce the inflammation in the head, as well as deactivate the nanotechnology and pull it out of your skin. Okay. Um, what else I need to say about that? Oh, and also if magnets will work too. Magnets will not pull it out. Okay, but magnets placed on the head will deactivate the Morgellons. That I know for sure because I've used that, and I still use it sometimes. So you can go several routes with this. I recommend using the essential oils first, and then once you start seeing the symptoms or the crawling sensations moving to other parts of your body, then you're going to have to start concentrating on your whole body. And the best way to do that is do the Epsom salt baths. And then, of course, you can put the essential oil all over your body if you want to, but it's going to take a lot of that. I mean, you're going to have a bunch of it to do that for your whole body. And frankly, those little bottles just don't go that far. But you can try putting it in your bath water. You can put the essential oils in your bath water with your Epsom salt if you want to. But yeah, this is just a touch on what to do about the crawling in the head. So there are other things you can do. I mean, you can use other things on your head. I mean, I don't really want to go into detail about some of the other things that people have used, because some of this stuff will work for some people and for some it won't, you know, and they just find themselves just, you know, in more agony. So you know yourself, and you know what you can handle and what you can deal with. So you use whatever you feel like has worked best for you. But for the crawling sensations in the head, start the Epsom salt bath soaking your head to pull it out, and then essential oils. Saturate your scalp with essential oils. And I recommend leaving this on too. I mean, you can wash it out if you want, but I always leave mine on. It doesn't hurt to leave it on. And then the magnets. The magnets is, if you want to try the magnets, you'll have to make you a full hat, and you'll have to take the magnets inside the hat and wear that. That works. It just might take a little longer. And that is what I do wear at nighttime for extra protection. And that's for externally. For internally, to start removing the Morgellons internally, you would want to start taking the potassium iodide because this will help dry up the fungus, and also the bentonite clay or the diatomaceous earth will help detox and remove the heavy metals and toxins from the body. So you would want to start with those things. Okay. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today, was to touch on this about the crawling in the head, because there's some people who need this information, and this is where it's starting for them, and so this is where they want to start. But like I said, remember that Morgellons affects the whole body, internally and externally, and it's not just something that's isolated in the head region, even though that is what we're focusing on right now. So, and hopefully this will help the people who have the questions about it, and maybe help some other people in the future. I love you guys, so thanks.